Hello, Warpath commanders. How is everyone? There has been a massive build-up going on. S40 are making massive army groups. I think they're gonna push on Goth because they have healed their reserves in the past 2 days and haven't made a very hard push. They tried a little bit to clean out 27 and T, but uh, they have cleaned them out. But there's just one guy in upper holding the CC. So now S40 have made massive army groups. They're trying to penetrate through. Sen have no groups right now. At least I can't see them. They are not active at this time. Goth also has massive army groups on the other side. So this is about to go head to head. Goth versus S40. It would be very interesting. S40 have a lot of experience, obviously. They're also the average player size in S40 is much higher than Goth, but obviously Goth does have some big guys as well, so it would be interesting in my opinion. Let's see how it goes. And the air fight has already begun. I think in the air fight, S40 are gonna dominate because they have a lot of whales in their air forces. More of S40 players have their air forces fully wrenched and 9.2 and everything compared to Goth. It's crazy. Bombers are getting into play. Fighter versus fighter. It's epic air battle going on, as you can see. That's crazy, guys. When I started recording, I had no clue that this was about to go down because I was just hesitant because my battery wasn't fully charged, and I was thinking I'll just keep recording, and it might not happen for another hour, and I'll run out of the battery again because that's what usually mostly happens to me. Because I play on the phone and I record on the phone as well, so but this is epic that it just begun when I started the recording. So the groups are moving forward a little bit, but yes, S40 howitzers are coming into play. Most of the group is still back behind. Some of the groups are. There's epic air battle going on. Crazy air battle, guys. This is crazy. I think in one of my previous videos, there have been crazy air battles between 300 and S21 and S21 and S40, and this is probably one of the craziest air battles I've witnessed in a long while. Okay. Sun has a small group, but just one of them. One. S40 are trying to charge on the ground as well. There is Sun Air Force as well in the air, and this is where Goth has disadvantage because they only have Goth. No allies of Goth are there right now. There's only Goth Air Force that I can see. But there is Sun and there is S40, which is a very dominant Air Force power. Crazy air battle, it's still not over. Goth has to move their ATGs a little bit forward, just a tad bit forward. To take out these airplanes, they have to make their ATGs into ground mode forward and then put them into anti-air. Obviously, they are going to come into the risk of being attacked by the ground force, so they have kept it back, which is not a bad move at all, which is wise. But I think a few grids forward would be a little bit better, and keep their airplanes here, let them come to you. See how many aeroplane marks are there on the ground. Crazy. Diamond is using bombers on the howitzers. Oh, he did a very smart play. Realized there's no fighter cover here. Let's go and bomb these howitzers. Very smart play by Diamond Dragon. Super smart play. He took the opportunity. He realized every fighter is just engaging there, so there is hardly any fighters covering here, just some ATGs. So he took his chance. He bombed some howitzers. Smart move. Finally, the air battle has settled. Aircraft have pulled back a little. I think Goth have done pretty well because S40 are very superior when it comes to air power. I've covered, I've put videos on YouTube of S21 whales versus S40, and even then S40 were able to overpower the S21 in air. So Goth having lasted this long is just amazing. A lot of them sent their aeroplanes, which is nice. Fighter jets, not aeroplanes. This is why the participation is more important. It's not just about the size of players, it's about the participation. How active your players are, how many of them are online at a certain time. Ooh, there's a lot of fighters and bombers going at the same time by Goth. Very risky yet smooth maneuver. So many bombers went ahead and they have taken out the S40 howitzers group. This was a deadly blow by Goth, guys. A deadly blow. Very bold and risky move, and it has paid off. They saw the S40 air cover is thinned out. They quickly moved all their fighter jets forward and then they just sent all their bombers together. What a great coordinated move, calculated risk. Obviously, they lost some bombers along the way and some fighters, but definitely they have punched a hole through the siege plan of S40. We're taking out a lot of howitzers. And they can repeat this again if there's not enough air cover. Very bold maneuver. Very bold maneuver. This was epic showdown. By the way, before we come back to this, let's go and see on the other front. There's also some crazy fight about to take place on other front because 300 were getting ready. Yep, 300 are getting ready alongside PFK to push through. Yep, yep, they are pushing through now. They were getting ready. I watched it earlier before I started the recording. Push against UN-44 bases. F2P are trying to protect them. Howitzers are moving forward. $300 have a bigger group and more howitzers, so they're gonna dominate. Okay, they have started in base, right? Let's go back. Where are Goth? There are massive air cover, massive army group. There are lots of ATG as well. So yeah, S40 have pulled back their air cover on top of the army group. It's crazy, both sides have such massive army groups. Sen also have a group. Sen are also making groups. Yep. It's practically one alliance versus two alliances, and out of the two alliances, S40 alone is equal to two alliances. So S40 and Sen are allies, and they are pushing against Goth. This tells you how much of a good alliance Goth actually is. Standing up to S40 alone is not even possible for a alliance like S21. Like I've seen S21 unable to hold back S40 even when they were alone, one versus one. So you can very well imagine how well coordinated and how much active players does Goth has. Like this is what I was saying. You power doesn't always matter. It's more about how many active players you have. Let's get into the build area. Because see, I'll just give you an example. At least there was an example here earlier. Yeah, I can tell you this. Now this guy is like 200 million, 199 million. Like he's using buffs and all that, but he's the highest power ranking player in our silver one right now. But he's just sitting at the corner. He's doing nothing. He's not fighting. He's not actively contributing. He's not that active. So his power doesn't mean anything. If he's just sitting there for like 8 hours, it doesn't mean anything. You can see his skills. He has 179k kills. See? Because he's not as active as other guys. Now I will show you our main leader. who's similar to him, but the difference is, see, he is on the front. He is on the front. He is 179 million power with buff. Now check his skills, 1.17 million. Because he's super active. He fights a lot. He's super active. He leads a lot from the front. So this is the difference active players make. It's not just about your power. You can have like huge power players, and if they're not playing 22 hours out of the 24 hours, they are just like sitting somewhere and just they come online for 1 hour or 2 hours. Your lives will not progress as much if you have a lot of active players. This is what you are witnessing in Goth or in Legendary. Goth has a lot of active players that are online for much more hours compared to most alliances. This is how they are able to hold back their territory. They have they have super active players basically. If they were not super active, they would have been run through by now, especially by alliance with a might like S40. So I think I'll keep the video in parts because I'm running out of battery. So this was epic first round. I'll upload the second round of this fight as well. I'll charge my phone in the meantime. Crazy army groups waiting to get to head to head.